to the two. Oh my God, I'm putting this, we did it all. The bells, we actually know.
All right, we're gonna call the January 8th meeting to order. Mr. Carroll?
Here. Mr. Carr. Here. Mr. Miller. Here. Mr. Smith. Here. Mrs. Heath.
Here, this time we'll do the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America. To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, is there anybody on the board that desires to add, delete, or separate any of the items on the consent agenda? No? All right, this time I just need a motion to approve the meeting agenda as presented for the regular board meeting on January 8th, 2024.
So moved. Support.
Roll call?
Dracula. Yes. Mr. Carr. Yes. Mr. Miller. Yes. Mr. Smith. Yes. Mrs. Heath.
Yes. This time I need a motion to approve the minutes of the regular board meeting held on December 18th, 2023.
So moved. Support.
Roll call?
Dracula. Yes. Mr. Carr. Yes. Mr. Miller. Yes. Mr. Smith. Yes. Mrs. Heath.
Yes. At this time, is there any board members with correspondence? Mr. Carroll? Mr. Small? No. All right, Mr. Small, you continue recognizing our guests.
You guys with us, thank you for being here. Please just introduce yourself.
Mr. Schmidt.
Lucas Berkeley. Brett Miller. Brady Rupert.
Jenny Conrad. Sherry Brown. You, everyone. Seeing that no one is registered to address the board, we will continue on with Mr. Carroll's financial report.
Thank you. First item we have our report package here. The first report you have is the cash reconciliation that is showing that we are balanced with the banks. Second report, our financial summary, how we are appropriated currently with the county auditor. The cash summary is our cash balance for every fund and account that we have at Evergreen. And our disbursement summary, these are the checks that we have written for the month of December. First graph that you see is our accounts right now related to the forecast. So our revenue and expenses are listed there. Right now, we are halfway through the fiscal year. So we are 50% of the way through. And on the next graph that you see, we'll see our payroll and benefits broken down. And on that yellow line at the bottom there, you can see that we are 50% of the way through our payroll budget, and 49% of the way through our benefits budget. Those are the reports that I have. We had a couple, few donations come in for, in the month of December. We had somebody call in and ask to donate to a food service account that had negative lunch balances. And we had one increase of appropriation and our tax budget that I need to send to the Fulton County auditor.
Any questions for Mr. Carroll? All right. Then at this time, I need a motion to approve the December 2023 financial reports we just reviewed with Mr. Carroll. To accept the following donations of $100 anonymous donation to the Student Assistance Fund, $297.09 from Luann Smith to the Food Service Fund, $200 from Holland Farms to the FFA. We also need to approve the following appropriation modifications and amend the resources accordingly to increase 200-9210 by $10,000. And to approve the 5-year forecast in debt schedule as the tax budget for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2024. The tax budget is required to be filed with the Fulton County Auditor. This time I just need a motion to approve those financial reports and other financial items.
So moved.
Support.
Questions or discussion? Roll call?
Dracula.
Yes.
Mr. Carr.
Yes.
Mr. Miller. Yes. Mr. Smith. Yes. Mrs. Heath.
Yes, motion carries. At this time, move on to personnel. We need to rescind and offer the following supplemental contracts and approve volunteers for 2023, 2024, pending the completion of all people activity permit requirements. Nolan Ray, we're gonna rescind, his assistant wrestling coach contract. Zach Morrow, assistant wrestling coach half contract. Tyler Parker, track volunteer, Harry Phillips, track volunteer, Christy Schmidlin, middle school track coach, Leighton Wilson, middle school track coach, Kent Cockrell, assistant track coach, Steve McDowell, assistant track coach, Aaron Schmidt, assistant track coach, Nelson Holliday, assistant baseball coach, Dylan Hendricks, baseball volunteer. This time I just need a motion to approve those above listed personnel positions.
Smooth. Support.
Any questions or discussion? Roll call?
Mr. Baculip?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mrs. Seaver?
Yes, motion carries. This time we'll move on to other business. We need a motion to adjust the 2023-2024 district calendar to use calamity time to cancel school for students and staff and cancel all after-school activities on April 8th of 2024 as a result of the solar eclipse affecting Fulton County.
Smooth. Or.
Questions or discussion? Roll call?
A lot of people are, all the schools in the county are doing it, or
Correct.
are looking in that direction, correct?
All are planning to do a joint letter going out Wednesday once all boards approve.
Okay.
There's supposed to be high traffic in the area, right? Because,
Double the population of the county.
yeah.
Further question? All right, roll call?
Mr. Baculip?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mrs. Seaver?
Yes, motion carried. This time we need a motion to authorize the Evergreen Board of Education to advertise and receive bids for the purchase of one or more 72 passenger school buses. The Evergreen Board of Education wishes to participate and authorize the Ohio School Council to advertise and receive bids on behalf of said board, as per the specifications submitted for the cooperative purchase of one or more 72 passenger school buses.
Move.
Support.
Questions or discussion?
What kind are we looking for this time? We still going with diesel?
This time we're looking at the propane,
Propane.
to stay balanced. And there's a grant that goes with propane right now.
There was a problem with propane engines for a while, was there, did they overcome that?
They have switched to a different engine that's now got a year under their belt, and we haven't heard anything negative.
Cool. Thank you.
Roll call?
Mr. Baculip?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mrs. Seaver?
Yeah, motion carried. At this time, Mr. Small, would you like to take over discussion and information?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the first semester bullying report for the school year. Based on the definition for bullying, we had one incident of bullying that took place in high school. That was addressed, disciplinary action was given and has been resolved since that incident. Just one that met the qualification, so that is good.
All right. Mrs. Brown?
Good evening, everyone. Want to start off by thanking MVP and Viking Pizza for a wonderful limo lunch experience for our students that were the high sellers for the fundraiser this year. We also have our STEAM night coming up on January 30th from 6 to 7 p.m. at the elementary. Our teachers and parent volunteers have put together 10 stations and hoping for a good turnout for that event. Our father-daughter dance will also be this Friday, January 12th from 6 to 8 p.m., also sponsored by MVP. So it should be a nice evening for our dads and their daughters. Next, we have our Super Bowl Saturday event for fathers and sons. That will be on Saturday, February 10th from 6 to 8. It should be a really good time. Our teachers have been putting together some really great ideas and some fun activities. So we hope for a great turnout for that as well. The kindergarten team and I have been planning and discussing kindergarten screening. It's a very big process to put together. They've been very helpful in putting together ideas. That will take place the first week of April with kindergarten registration beginning February 5th through March 15th. So looking forward to seeing what our numbers look like this year for kindergarten. This month, our focus for sources of strength is physical health. We continue to make sure to talk about that daily with our students over the announcements. Also, our counselor, Ms. Sharon, goes into classrooms and reinforces our focus each month. And the kids, when you go around and ask them, they really know what the focus is and are willing to talk with you about it. So it's really neat to see them getting interested in the different focuses each month. I am continuing to meet with a transportation engineer to create a parent pickup plan. It's a big, big process. He sent me a few ideas, but as we talked after school today at 4 o'clock, we're gonna have to go back to the drawing board and try to figure out some additional steps for the plan. Some of the ideas he's come up with are really, really good. It's just we have to take in all areas into account when putting the plan together. Want to thank our second grade team for creating an awesome kindergarten program. We had tons of people show up, which was really, really nice to see, always nice to see. Not only did they get to see and watch the children, but then they got to do an activity with them at their tables. And it's just nice to see so many people come out to support our kids. I want to send a huge shout out to Jerry Zabel. She works tirelessly. She's incredible. Not only for our students, but for our staff. And we're really lucky to have her. I just want, I don't want her to go unnoticed because she's amazing. Also, a big thank you to Ms. Ziegler and Mrs. Doble for continuing to create wonderful activities for our student council members. Lately, we did some row stations where Mrs. Hessen set up a schedule to put this together, where our students emphasized positive behaviors throughout our building. They did a great, great job, and our student council members took it on amazingly well. They stood up in front of their peers and shared with them positive examples, and then asked the students to model some of those behaviors. It was really great to see our kids take ownership in it. Also, thank you to MVP for providing a wonderful luncheon for our staff the last day before break. We appreciate everything they do and how they support all of us. So, anyone have any questions?
All right, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Brown. Mr. Burkholder.
Good evening, everybody. First, I'd like to always recognize my people's champ, and for this month, I'd like to recognize Maddie Stewart. And a lot of you maybe don't know her yet. She's only in her second year at Evergreen. But she is full go and has dove straight into our Evergreen culture here in our building. And she's becoming a building leader already just with her attitude and her excitement. There's a lot of positivity to the building, okay, which is great at the middle school age, especially this time of year when it can start to get a little slower for the school year. So I'd like to thank her for what she brings to our building. Last time we had a board meeting right after, we had a Christmas concert. I don't know if anybody made it over to that, but I made it to part of that before heading over to my son's a Christmas concert. Mr. Rosen, Mr. Stearman, Mr. Lyons probably don't get enough credit for how well our band does. I'm not a music expert by any means, but I can tell a difference between our kids and kids from other schools that I've seen. So they do an awesome job, particularly with the middle school age group. I know how far ahead they are from where a lot of other schools are. So they do a great job with those kids, and to kind of recognize some individuals here. And I am going to read through all the names real quick, so each kid gets their due credit. We had 12 kids from the middle school make the all-county choir. So we had Braylon Demelin, Effie Claudia, Cameron Rube, Trinity Orange, Zoe Zatowski, Presley Wilhelm, Maybell Retto, Isabel Hendricks, Kamar Williams, Camden Pasco, Desmond Lambus, and Killian Doherty all make the all choir. Then we also had 22 students make the all county band honors, which is Taylor Wolfram, Lila Rado, Waylon Damaski, Carissa Wilson, Isabel Bonaminio, which Izzy also made. She was our only all district band member as well. So kudos to her. Brooklyn Wallamuth, Peyton Mossing, Mariano Escueda, Weston Palachkiewicz, Eamon Hill, Ethan Nash, Daniel Hernandez, Joey Lapointe, Lily Bolger, Sierra Lahern, Levi Emmons, Landon Trumbull, Aiden Dominic, Martin Paytek, Odin Jones, Noah Christian, and Gideon Novovieski. I said those last names wrong. I apologize to those kids. But the fact that that list is so long says how good that they're doing with both those groups. So hats off to both the band and the choir departments. We got to celebrate the last week before Christmas. I kind of introduced a number of those things last time, but there was a really good week for our kids. They had a good time with the snowball fight. We had over 500 socks donated for the snowball fight. We also had Christmas dance to end with, which is put on by NJHS. So thank you to Melanie Yoder and Jenny Burkle, because it takes quite a bit of organizing to get that all put around. I also got to thank the district administration and they're ones who helped me put on our staff luncheon for the day, because then we take on some fun activities with the kids, and I can't do that without a bunch of people volunteering their time. So thank you to the district staff that helped out with that. And last MVP, because MVP is awesome like they always are. They fed us again, as they always do, and we much appreciate that. They fed us the last day before break. Last thing I want to highlight is our second quarter successes. We always get to celebrate the week after, so Christmas break kind of gives us a bigger break there, but this last week on January 5th, we celebrated our second quarter all A's breakfast. Thank you to Adam Pollard for helping prepare the food for us. He made breakfast casseroles for our kids. We had, it says 49 on your sheet, but there were 50 students that actually hit the all A's for the quarter for us, which is a pretty good number. And we had 139 kids hit the honor roll for the quarter. And both those numbers are pretty good. Special thank you to Viking Pizzeria. They made a nice donation to us this year, because we do our Real Character Awards, which are not the academic awards, but they're given out by the teachers for having good character in our building and demonstrating those real characteristics we teach. We gave out 33 total awards, and every kid got a gift certificate to Viking Pizzeria. So thank you to them for making that donation. Other than that, that's all I got. Any questions?
Mr. Burkholder. Mr. Rooster.
Good evening. We haven't had many days of school since the last board meeting, so in that meantime, we've wrapped up semester one. We had exams. We were working on finalizing grades. We're still waiting for Fort County to get in CCP courses, so hopefully in the next week or so, we'll have transcripts and grad plans updated. And believe it or not, we'll be meeting with seniors here in a week or so to start preparing for graduation already. So I kind of want to focus ahead. On February 7th, we have our Beyond Today event. We held this last year. It's kind of a culmination. We're adding in freshman orientation, our CCP meetings, AP meetings for kids interested in those courses. I have multiple trades and unions and different businesses. Universities are coming in. They'll have informational tables out in the cafeteria. We also have somebody coming in to do a basketball workshop. So we're gonna try and start really pushing that event. Anybody taking CCP next year has to attend that. We really want kids interested in AP courses to attend that as well. So a lot of information that night. We're trying to get it all done in one evening to be a little more efficient with everyone's time. Also on February 27th, all of our juniors will take the ACT here at school. And last, I want to shout out to a few athletes. In case you haven't heard, Tyson Woodring and Reagan Radel received all-state honors in soccer. Congratulations to Brody Setmeyer and Grant Richardson, who earned their 100th career win. And then as we were talking about earlier, Jack Sableski on his win this weekend at the pit. So congratulations to those athletes. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rupert. Mr. Miller.
Good evening. In November, we purchased a new lawnmower, another zero turn. We got it at 2020 pricing. They were getting ready to update all the pricing and they told us and said, hey, might be a good time to do it. So we bought a new lawnmower. So that has 0 hours on it so far. This spring, we are looking at replacing sidewalks on the north side of this building where they're starting to fall apart. So we'll get some quotes for that, see if we gotta bid it out or not, which I'm guessing we probably will have to bid it. We're gonna see about some new boilers, see if there's a grant for it in the high school. Try to get those updated, water heaters as well in the high school, because those are all getting up there in age. We're looking at the leaks on the middle school kitchen roof. The one guy said we cannot patch it. I'm getting some other people out here to check it out, see if they can patch it. If not, we will have to replace that roof, and it's gonna cost about $60,000 roughly if we do have to replace it. I'm looking at grinding and repaving the football field lot on the west side of the football field. Resealing the bus lot out by the west garage. And then adding mulch to the playgrounds down at the elementary because they're getting kind of low and take about 10 tons of mulch. Baseball field, I know there's a company coming in this spring to work on some issues out there and on the softball field as well. So, any questions?
Questions? All right, thank you, Mr. Miller. Mr. Smola.
Few items to add, our FS Behavioral Health will be on campus and ready to begin servicing Evergreen students in grades K to 8, starting on January 17th. Mrs. Julie Hoffrick will be here daily as a therapeutic behavior specialist. Mrs. Danielle Burns, a licensed therapist, will be here 2 days a week as they get the program started at Evergreen. Parents are interested in services for their child. They should reach out to their building principal or counselor. So we approved that last month and they have hired people and are ready to go. Surveys for students, staff, parents, and community will be sent out by the end of January. The surveys are designed to gain stakeholder feedback on the areas of academic programming and facilities. This information will be used to help us reach the goals of our strategic plan, the Viking Compass. So we've been talking about facilities and needs, and we want to get some community feedback as we start looking at that and what the needs are and where we want to go. And 33 new handheld radios for the campus have been ordered through Vendor Communications. The Ohio K-12 Safety Grant will pay for those radios. Additionally, just last week, we received great news that Evergreen was awarded a $30,000 grant from the Officer School Safety Grants. These funds will be used to purchase new digital radios for the buses, so we'll get everything upgraded communication-wise, which has been a concern in the past. So thank you to Dr. Schweinfurt for getting yet another grant for the district. Any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Smola. Any board members with questions or concerns? All right, at this time, I just need a motion to adjourn the January 8th for regular meeting of the Evergreen Local Board of Education.
So moved.
Roll call?
Yes. Mr. Carr?
Yeah.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Yes. Motion carries. Okay, Lisa.